It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live.
I guess are we just breaking the ice?
Welcome to Friday Night Live, presented by the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Vince D'Alicio, and this is a weekly recap of all of the great things going on out there, as well as a couple of previews of some pretty cool things as well. We are joined tonight by members of our amazing team, starting off with our co-hosts, Johnny Fogel and Brianna Carrillo. Johnny, Brianna, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right. How's the week been so far? Johnny, how'd things go for you?
A pretty good week. Brandon and I called the Desert Mountain Chaparral boys basketball game last night in Scottsdale, and that was a pretty good time. What do you think about that one, Brianna?
Pretty good, honestly. The Desert Mountain Wolves really showed up last night.
It was definitely a great game. I had a chance. I watched the game as well, and it was the kickoff of our Scottsdale for the entire semester, multiple sports. The Scottsdale game of the week. So every week throughout the course of the semester, we're obviously starting with basketball since we're in basketball season, a different pairing of schools within Scottsdale that we will feature. And then it'll transition into baseball, softball, and soccer, other sports as well. So without further ado, glad you guys have had a great week. We've got a great show ahead. I am going to turn it over to Brianna. Brianna, take it away.
Arizona high school hockey is continuing to grow each and every year, and this season is no exception. Now joining me is going to be Hannah Flanagan, who has been following Arizona high school hockey closely this season. Thank you so much, Hannah. To start us off, how would you describe this season so far?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. We're going near the end of the season, so the playoffs start tomorrow, and they run through Sunday at the Ice Den, and then the semifinals are on Tuesday at the Ice Den, and then there's a championship game at Mullet Arena on January 31st.
So from the season, what have been the biggest storylines or trends that have stood out to you so far?
I would say Notre Dame Prep is definitely the best team in D1 right now. Their record is 18-1, and they are ranked number 1. And they have a huge player, Dylan Shane, and he has 35 points this season, 17 goals, 18 assists. So he's definitely like the biggest storyline for D1 this season.
When fans are going to be looking back on this season, what moment from Notre Dame do you think will stand out?
I think that their semifinal game will definitely stand out. They have to play on Sunday, but they have like a bye because they've been have the best record this year. So they have a bye for tomorrow, and then they play Sunday, and I think that's going to be a huge game for them, and hopefully they'll make it to the final at Mullet.
Well, what does this season say about the future of hockey?
Everything. It just keeps continuing to grow here, which is great to see. And even having this game at Mullet is so awesome because this is probably the most professional rink around here, at least. And just having these high school kids be able to play there and grow the game, it's just awesome to see.
Well, thank you so much, Hannah. Next up is going to be Johnny, where he'll be talking to Jane Reyes.
Hi, I'm looking for Jane Reyes. A big story out in the Pueblo High School, this senior, and there you are. Jane, what can you tell us about Pueblo High School senior who just moved into fourth place all-time in Arizona girls basketball career scoring?
Yeah. So first, little correction, is Janice. But yeah, we have a 5A high school student, America Cesares. She's currently in second place for all-time career scores. She currently sits at 2,683 points. Just on Tuesday, she was in fourth place with 2,607 points. Yesterday they had a game. She ranked up. She went up super quick with currently sitting at second place. She's only 230 points away from reaching that first place. And this is huge. It's her senior year. She's been accumulating these points since her freshman year. Her freshman year, she started with 527 points. And ever since then, she's been escalating.
And this is multiple 60-point games for her in her career. Is that correct?
Yes, every single game, 30 points and above, nothing less from her. She just keeps adding on. And on top of that record, she's also the top scorer leaders in girls basketball by single games. So she takes up second, third, and fourth place, with her highest single game being 64 and her lowest being 59. So she's just putting in that work in every single game. And I honestly do think she will reach that first place by the end of the season. She does not need that many points left.
Janice, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're going to take it to break right now. Thanks for
Hi,
listening.
I'm Amaya Lucero, coming to you from Varsity Sports, reporting about UDA Nationals. UNLV competed this past weekend at UDA Nationals. They won first place in the D1A hip hop category. They won the same category in 2025, keeping their title of reigning hip hop national champions. During semifinals, they placed third. However, when it came to finals, they were able to pull out a first place win. UNLV competed against many other colleges in this category. However, the top three that went head to head all weekend were Louisiana State University, University of Cincinnati, and University of Nevada, Las Vegas. At finals, LSU placed second, and the University of Cincinnati placed third. ASU also made their highly anticipated UDA debut with their first time being back competing in this national championship since 2020. They placed 10th at Hip Hop Finals and 19th at Jazz Finals. UNLV also competed in the game day category. They placed first at both semifinals and finals and claimed the title of national champions. Along with hip hop and game day, UNLV competed in the Palm category. However, they did not make it past semifinals this time around. Good job, Rebels at UDA.
Hi, I'm Hannah Flanagan and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. This semester, I'll be working with the Varsity Sports Show. I'm a sports journalism major at Arizona State University with a focus in hockey broadcast, but I'm so excited to be covering all kinds of sports across the Valley this semester, telling athletes' stories and gaining hands-on experience in sports media. I love creating new content and I can't wait to be a part of an awesome team this semester.
And welcome back to Friday Night Live, presented by the Varsity Sports Show. You know, guys, what I really love about our team is that we've got so many different interests, so many blended backgrounds, and it's not just quote unquote the mainstream in terms of the sports that we're covering, you know, the big three: football, basketball, baseball, so many different things. And we've already heard about high school hockey. We're going to hear a little bit about college hockey. We're going to hear some about MMA as we go through. And I'm going to kick it off by turning it back over to Brianna, who's going to introduce our next guest.
So I'm going to be talking with Mario Medina about the Arizona State game with North Dakota. How are you doing, Mario?
Oh, I'm great. So Hannah brought up Mullet Arena earlier. That's currently where I'm at right now. The game just ended less than an hour ago. It was a fantastic game, varying on what kind of fan who you support, whether it's the Devils or the Fighting Hawks. It in the first period, it was pretty sloppy for the Sun Devils. They couldn't connect at all. They couldn't get any goals or anything going. But the Fighting Hawks, they got 2 goals right away. It was tough for the Sun Devil fans. It was you could see the air, just the energy slowly deteriorate as the game went out. But heading into the second period, the Sun Devils kicked it up for sure. They were going out there, they were fighting hard, and they were able to score 2 goals that that second period, and the Fighting Hawks were able to score 1 goal, making it 3-2. So it was close for sure, and it was going down to the wire. There was some hope because, right, this Sun Devil team is going up against the Fighting Hawks, which is North Dakota. North Dakota is ranked 4th in the entire nation. They are a solid team. Defensively, they're very good. Offensively, they're pretty good, but they are a solid team, right? But heading into the third period, it just the energy just slowly died because the Fighting Hawks were just going away. They were just going crazy. They were scoring. They just wouldn't let up. There was a few fights that broke out. It was a little tough to watch, but man, it was tough. It ended 7-4. The North Dakota wins, and the Sun Devils just couldn't get the job done tonight. But they do play them tomorrow night at 5 p.m.
Who was one key player that stood out to you during this whole game?
Well, probably the key player that stood out to me was probably Ellis Rickwood. He came up right off the bat into the first period, getting the Fighting Hawks in the position to score. But it was, both sides. The Sun Devils had Tucker Ness, who scored the goal, who got the Sun Devils going. But those guys were probably the player of the games to me from what I saw here today.
Well, thank you so much, Mario. Next up is Johnny, where he'll be talking with Craig.
And yeah, Craig Baker in the studio ready to talk to us. A big UFC weekend ahead. You excited? Justin Gaethje against Paddy Pimblett for the interim lightweight belt. Tell us about it, Craig.
Oh, I'm very excited. But before I do that, let me recap a big MMA event, regional promotion that happened last night. Tough Enough 151 at the Palms. Lots of big moments littered throughout the card, but 2 big ones. David Goldenberg, who's a kid that I've been tracking since he first turned professional 6 months ago. Unanimous decision win over DeAndre Tipton, multiple slams, just complete domination. He's fought 3 times in 6 months, dominating all of his opponents. So this guy is very exciting. Hot prospect, could get looked at by either the UFC or Dana White's Contender Series for the next season. And then in the main event, Tyshawn Williams flattened his opponent, beautiful left hook, knocked out Khabibullah Azizov in the first round, 8-0 now. And, those are numbers that generally get you looked at by the UFC. And I'll be excited to see his trajectory in his career. He should look to be in the UFC very, very soon. Now, as far as tomorrow night, very excited. Big time event, UFC 324 for the first time on Paramount Plus. So streaming, as long as you have that event. No need for pay-per-view fees. And we have 2 of the most exciting fighters in the game, Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett. And so it's going to be a banger of a fight. I have
only
no idea.
30 seconds, Craig. So let me ask you. Paddy said he has 50 different ways that he can finish Justin Gaethje, like the Paul Simon song. How do you feel about that take?
Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Once the cage door closes, you're going in against a monster like Justin Gaethje. You got to step up to the plate and prove it. So we will see tomorrow night. And it's the beautiful thing about fighting.
Any pick?
I'm going Gaethje. He's a big dog, and I think I rock with him winning. But we'll see. That's the beauty of fighting. We get to see when those cage doors close.
Craig, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now throwing it back to Brianna, who has Thomas now in the studio.
Hi, Thomas. How are you doing? So you're going to be talking to us about the Nevada 5A Southern Playoff. To start off, how would you describe the competitiveness of this bracket?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, Brianna. Just the competitiveness with Liberty, Bishop Gorman, and Coronado, they're all top-ranked teams in Nevada. Bishop Gorman is, of course, a powerhouse in everything. Liberty, a powerhouse in everything. Coronado, a powerhouse in everything. But, there's other teams like Desert Pines, Mojave High School, who just made the state championship last year, but would lose against Bishop Gorman. They're keeping it competitive. Liberty, Coronado, Bishop Gorman right now sit at 4-0 at the top, with the rest of these teams a little bit below. Desert Pines, Mojave, Centennial. They're all at 2-3, 1-3, but they for sure keep it competitive.
Are there any teams that you think are flying under the radar heading into this?
Under the radar, I would say Mojave. Like I said, they made the state championship last year against Bishop Gorman, being the runner-up. Right now, they sit at 6. Lost a couple to Liberty and Bishop Gorman, but I mean, yeah, I'd say that's the one team that is to look out for in the Southern Nevada 5A playoff.
What do you think makes them different from the other teams that would make them stay under the radar?
Well, just the fact that they have playoff experience. They went into Coronado last year, beat them, who was number 1, and just traveled through and made it to the state championship. But I mean, they do have high-ranked player. I do forget the name. I apologize, but I talked about him last week. But he is an all-star caliber player, and he's getting recognition from all types of colleges throughout the nation.
Well, thank you so much, Thomas. And we'll be right back after this break.
Hey, Fight fans. I'm Craig Baker with the Varsity Sports Show, and we're going to talk about tomorrow night's gigantic mixed martial arts event, UFC 324, only in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the first UFC event to be streamed exclusively on Paramount Plus, which means no pesky pay-per-view fee. The card features many exciting matchups, but the marquee fight is between Justin, the Highlight Gaethje, and Paddy, the Baddy Pimblett for the interim lightweight title. Let's do a quick preview. Justin Gaethje, one of the most aggressive strikers in MMA, brings powerful punches, kicks, and an iron chin into the cage with him. He also is a great wrestler, using his NCAA Division I background to keep the fight standing just how he likes it. Here's some of his handiwork.
Gaethje fans being heard from now, about a minute gone by round 2. Oh! Justin Gaethje! Head kicks! Dustin Poirier into the stratosphere!
His opponent, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, features an awkward fighting style with tons of movement and different angles to land his strikes. He also is a good grappler and has managed to finish many of his opponents with his slick jiu-jitsu submissions. Take a look at one of his keystone victories here.
Bobby was king. Takedown, there's guillotine attempt. Now, triangle. It was under the chin for a second, but the triangle is tight. The options to escape for King Green, they're limited.
Oh, Paddy's got him now.
Oh.
This is tight.
And the arm bar is ready. It's going to be done. There it is. It's done. Paddy Pimblett by submission in round 1. He chokes.
As you can see, this fight will feature two of the most exciting and violent fighters in the world of mixed martial arts. I can't give you a winner. I can't give you a loser. All I can say is there will be fireworks and it will be a banger of a fight. So tune in for sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Craig Baker from UNLV. And welcome back to Friday Night Live, presented by the Varsity Sports Show. Great job tonight. I loved the segments. Loved the live reporting, particularly with Mario Medina at Mullet Arena. Sorry, and Thomas Gabo. He didn't say, but he was actually joining us from Hawaii. Okay, so this weekend, what do we have planned? Before I talk about what I'm doing this weekend, let's start with Johnny. Johnny, what are you going to be doing this weekend? What are you going to be watching?
Well, I'm going to watch Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett tomorrow, and Sean O'Malley's back tomorrow, which is very exciting. Derek Lewis is fighting, so it's exciting. All of this is very exciting. A lot of good college basketball. Want to stress that Purdue is playing Michigan this week. Very exciting. Michigan's playing Nebraska on Tuesday. All these different things, but let's focus on the main thing here. NFC championship game, AFC championship game. Unfortunately, Jared Stidham is hurt, but the hosting Broncos, really hard place to play. I'm going to pick the Patriots. Vince, I think you're probably going to pick the Patriots too. And we've got some Rams people in our studio, I'm assuming, because we're in Arizona. I don't like the Seahawks. I'm a Packers fan, so I'm going to pick the Rams and the Patriots to play in the Super Bowl somehow, some way. The Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl this year.
Love it. Love it. We heard it here. How about you, Brianna?
I'm going for the Broncos. I got to, honestly.
Okay. Good
Seems
stuff.
like you might be a Broncos fan, bro.
Yeah.
Guys, tomorrow morning, I'll be in Tucson. We'll be broadcasting live with our brand new University of Arizona Wildcat intern team. Looking forward to that. Also be broadcasting a basketball game. The Pima College Aztecs, nationally ranked women's team. We'll be covering that game at 2 o'clock. But before that, obviously, the varsity sports radio show, 10 to 11 on AM 1060 KDUS, as well as the KDUS app. On behalf of our amazing field correspondents tonight, I want to put out a special thank you to our very own Hannah Flanagan, Janice Reyes, Mario Medina, Craig Baker, Thomas Gabo, and on behalf of our co-hosts, Brianna Carrillo and Johnny Fogel, my name is Vince Delicio. Thanks again. And our amazing producer, Marla Mundo, thanks for joining us here on Friday Night Live. Guys, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Goodbye. Have a great night.
It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live.